Okay, hopefully this will be my last video of today, January 18th, 2023. This is the NASDAQ, the NQ, volume bar chart 6765. This is over a 2-day period. This is the last 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll move the chart over here a little bit and show you that, Monday was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 or 13 bars. Wasn't much volume on Monday. So this is up to where it's currently. If you see that moving a little bit here in a little bit, I won't be in that long for it to the market to read back open. But I'll go ahead and mark the trades. This is a 6765 volume bar chart, I said. It's a little faster, about a little over 4,000 contracts per bar, smaller than the S&P. There's not as much volume in the NASDAQ, the micros there are, and I'll put a couple of those videos up a little later on. I want to get a little more variety in here. I want to put gold up next. But, I mean, the charts traded identically the same way. The rules are identical, doesn't matter where they're applied to. They work everywhere. Almost everywhere. There are conditions. The charts have to be constructed correctly. Some a little bit more tediously than others, but it's pretty simple. Every bar on this chart is 6,765 contracts per bar. And it runs from market open to market close. Again, we trade it between 6 and noon, primarily because I don't want to trade any more than that. I can leisurely look at a chart and do this. All right. Now, and again, you don't have to trade 6 hours a day. You don't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to trade until noon. You can abbreviate those hours, but here goes. And I'll try to make this a little quicker video. Now we're looking at, it's like the market's background color is green. I'm looking for shorting opportunities. So I'm looking for, labeled price failures or failures. Okay. Price failure, blue confirmation bar, wrong color, no trade. F. Okay, great. There's a failure. Green confirmation bar, wonderful. Target's a failure, no good. And you can see this, you get back-to-back failure, 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 failure. When you see all those failures grouping together, that's called consolidation. Nasty area. Sometimes you can pull a trade out of there, but most of the time, just stand aside. So, and then it breaks out. Now, where does it break out? Just so that you can see you had, a dual color bar change here. So this is a lower low of support. This is a higher high of resistance. So we have ascending consolidation again. There's, it's schizophrenic. It's going both directions at the same time. So no entry here on the color change. Price pulls back here. Spread this out a little bit now so you can see the bars better. So price pulls back here. You get a price failure. There's my confirmation bar. Target is a new high. I'll take the trade. Immediately exits. Immediately you get stopped out. So there's my entry and there's my exit. Now, out of that trade, 16.5 points is not the way we start our day. We take what the market gives us. Failure bar, next bar, great. Confirmation bar, wonderful. Target, new high, great. So as soon as the confirmation bar closes, I'm in the trade on that bar. stop adjusts off of every price failure. Price just continues to move up. You know, you can start seeing the ranges of the bars getting tighter here. You know, you pay attention to that and you go, well, I'm still keeping my stop tight. Price failure, pulls back up, another price failure again, and then you get your failure up here. Well, before you're able to confirm that price failure, you're stopped out here. So your exit is right off the bottom of that bar. So again, there's your failure confirmation. There's my entry, and there's my exit. Kind of makes up for that first trade. Now, price pulls back. There's nothing. You go twiddle your fingers at this point because all you're looking for is buying opportunities. Well, then you get a failure down here. Great, I got it. There's my oscillation. Oh, it's a confirmation. It's a right color confirmation bar. My target price failure. No, wrong one. So I'm not taking that trade. It turns, it fails at this point, you know, breaks back through on the color change. Well, what's the color change? Again, this is a new high. This is a new low. So our target is a new low. Yeah, but, you know, we don't have the lower high to be able to exist to take that color change trade. Back off again. So now I'm going to look for sell trades. I get my first oscillation up here, my failure. There's my confirmation bar. Oh, wonderful. I look down now, my third point. I don't have a new low. I got a failed low as a target. That was the last one, so I'm not taking that trade. So price bounces at that point, goes back up, takes out resistance. Now I have a color change here. Oh, lovely. Resistance is a new high. Support is a failed low. Wonderful. So we got a higher low and a higher high. Wonderful. So at that color change, I can take the trade. Okay, great. I'm in the trade at the color change. Failure, no problem. Price goes up. And then all of a sudden, the bottom drops out of it and I get stopped out here. So I'm in the trade at the color change and I'm stopped out at the bottom of that bar. Now, at this point, it's 2:15 in the afternoon. S&P, I mean, I don't like taking any trades after 3 o'clock anyway. So I'm suspect at this point of this trade, but I'm gonna mark it anyway. Suspect of the time, not of the trade. So you have your failure, there's my confirmation bar, there's my entry. Okay. Now I go up and I fail to take out resistance. So upon my entry, as soon as that bar confirms, I'm out of the trade there. Not a bad trade, but that's when I slap myself and go, okay, now it's 11 minutes after 3 and you're done. So, I mean, potentially entry here, except for the target was wrong. Then price dropped in here. You had a price failure and, you know, you had already broken through your target. But at that point, I mean, it's 4 o'clock. This is why I don't like to trade after 3 o'clock, specifically in these slower charts moving into the close. So there's your day. You had 67 3/4 points and positive, 32.5 negative. Still a nice day, 30, you know, whatever, 35 points, 34 points. Just to remember on NASDAQ again, I don't do NASDAQ a whole lot anymore. be about 600 bucks, $20 a point, $5 a tick. Next day, here is today. We're going to look for 6 o'clock again. As you're seeing the market here, there's 409, there's 530, that bar closes, there's 6. So this bar, closes, it takes it nearly a little over an hour to close that bar. But when it closes, there's your trade entry. On that trade entry, you're probably aggravated at yourself and you go, oh, and then all of a sudden you get the red bar. Now, again, if you go, oh, well, I still think it's going up, you made your first mistake. You said, I thought, or I think. And yes, it does go up, and you could have locked in a little more profit here between here and here. But the point is that it's the rules. Take the rules because they're there to, save your butt. So, oh, my hand's wearing out again. So there's your bottom. And for those of you that were watching, you just saw the market open up down here. All right, so you're out of the trade. You're still looking for that buying opportunity. There's your failure. Great. Confirmation bar, wrong color. Comes back up again. There's your failure. Confirmation bar is wrong color. There's your failure. Oh my goodness. It's a black bar. It's got a head. It's got 2 heads. So we're not going to take that trade. There's the next oscillation. It's a failure. Confirmation bar is wrong color. There's your next trade. Oh, great. There's my failure. There's my confirmation bar, right color. There's my entry bar, but then I get a 3-bar exit. So price failure, confirmation, entry, 1, 2, 3, and exit. That was an ugly trade. But coming out of that consolidation, it just slapped you. All right. So remember, we're positive 37, 32. About 35 points. Now we're sitting here going, oh, this is just ugly. I'm upside down. What are we going to do? So then the next one, price failure, confirmation bar, except the background color is green or is white. It hasn't changed till the next color. So on the bar after the confirmation bar, your background color gets changed. And it's like, well, could I take the background color change? Well, resistance is making a new high. Support is making a higher low. It's like, no, that doesn't bode well for that trade either. And this is where patience comes in. There was some news came out in the market at this point, and that news, as I have taught for years, fuels the market. It doesn't drive it. So the market was failing this top before, and then it came through. Allow the market to give you that next failure and then confirm it to get you into that trade. So there's your entry short. And you're in that trade until you're stopped out at this point. So there's your stop and there's your entry. Now, at that point, what time is it? 12 noon. Now, at that point, you're done for the day. Okay, if you want to trade further, you can. I mean, there's a failure, confirmation bar is wrong direction. There's a failure, there's a trade, but immediately goes into consolidation, and you hit another failure to where you're stopped out of that trade. 216. There's a failure, there's your confirmation, but your target's failure. Your target is consolidation. There's your failure. There's your confirmation. But your target is consolidation. Now, going out to the end of the day, you're looking at it going, oh, then it's 3:30. My thing is why are you even looking at the market in the afternoon like this? Some days you'll get some really good moves. But what have you achieved up until noon today? I mean, you got 3 trades, 13, 53 points. 53 points, 20. It's over $1,000 in your pocket on 3 trades. So, you know, if and this is the patient trade right here. when this occurred, especially when that happened, I mean, you get this chunky losing trade in there and your head just starts going, and it's like, well, there's a reason that the market pulled back. Well, there's a reason that you got out of that trade. So it's like, if there's a reason that I got out of this, market's reversing. And if it's reversing, there's the confirmation that it did. And the confirmation trade was nearly twice as profitable as the one that smacked you, took away from you. The great thing about price physics and the way that this trades is that it's consistent. I mean, you know, your favorite restaurant is your favorite restaurant because every time you go back, the meal that you like, the dish that you like is the same every time. It's perfect. Price physics is perfect because every trade is based on the exact same 3-step process. Doesn't matter what chart it is. Doesn't matter what market it is. But this is what I teach you. And then I give you the tool to make trading it easy. So, all right. That's the NASDAQ. So we're done with that for the day, and I'll do some more tomorrow. See ya.